Go.
Welcome. Did you know that roughly 80% of credit unions in the United States offer free checking accounts compared to less than 50% of traditional banks? My name is McKay Savage, and today I'm going to be talking about moving your banking business from a traditional style bank to a credit union. I'm going to be talking about what makes banks and credit unions different, the advantages of a credit union, and also how to make that switch. What processes and what steps need to be taken to do that. I work at a credit union. I've worked at a credit union now for many years, and it's something that I am passionate about. I really like it, and it's something that not many people know much about. To get right into it, okay, the primary difference between banks and credit unions really goes back to the beginning of when banking first started. Banks, in a nutshell, the primary difference is banks are businesses, okay? And the primary purpose, of course, is a business is to make money. Now, that's not a bad thing. That means that when you go into a bank, you're a customer there, and their job ultimately is to make money off of you. It's not, and you hopefully will get great services, great products, and all that. But again, their purpose is to do that to make money off of you ultimately, right? Because they have shareholders and stockholders that at the end of the day need to get paid. They need to have profits that go to their owners, right? Compare that to a credit union, which is actually classified as a not-for-profit organization, okay? Now, so a non-profit, or people like me would have to be volunteers, which would be lame, that wouldn't be good. But what that means is that there are no shareholders and there are no stockholders. There are no people that own the company that need to get paid by the end of the day. So the credit union, yes, they might have employees to pay just like a bank does. Yes, they have buildings to maintain just like a bank does. But that's all they have. They just have their overhead that needs to be met. Other than that, the money doesn't need to go anywhere else. In fact, when I say that there are no shareholders in a credit union, that's not technically true. But instead of having a board of directors and shareholders and all that, they're actually all of the members of the credit union are the shareholders themselves. So if anything, comparing a credit union to a bank, if anything, the credit union's job is to make money for you or for the members of the credit union who are the shareholders. This started when, again, going back to the history of banks. Banks kind of had a monopoly of the industry. Obviously, it's called the banking industry for a reason, right? And what ended up happening is banks began to charge fees for things that people didn't really feel like they needed to be charged fees for. Okay, and this is something that I don't actually know why this happens. But take for example, if you go to the movies and you want to see a movie, and they say, oh, it's $9 or $8 or whatever it is to buy the movie ticket, and you give them the money. You don't have an issue. That's not a problem, right? However, when you go to a bank and you open a savings account, and then every month they pull out $10 as a fee to have an account with them, that for some reason that blows our mind. It's unacceptable, right? But it's for us to be saving our money, putting our money somewhere safe, and they charge us for it. When in reality, they're just charging us for our services. But what ended up happening is banks began to run with this. And we could charge more and more fees until the early 1900s, the early 1900s, 1904, when the first credit union started. And what it was a bunch of people that pooled together, they came together and they said, okay, we're just gonna put our money here in the middle, you're gonna be in charge, and this is now our credit union. We all work for the postal service of this city or of this state. And so this is gonna be the Utah State Postal Service Credit Union. And you can only be a part of the credit union if you worked for the Postal Service in the state of Utah, and they all pooled their money into the middle, and they formed an organization that functioned like a bank. Well, many years have gone by since then, of course, and credit unions have evolved to the point where they're still very, very similar than banks. But now I want to talk to you about what makes a credit union better than a bank, and point out some of the differences and some of the similarities. As I said, the primary and overarching and above all reason that credit unions are better than banks, in the sense of for you and your business, is going to be the fact that their job is not to make money off of you. Their job is to serve you. Their job is to help you. If anything, like I said, make money for you. As an example, this isn't unique to my credit union, but we will have times during the year where if you take advantage of a certain promotion, we will give you up to like 3% cash back, whatever the transaction amount was. We will give you free money, okay? Comparing that to, most banks, or other financial institutions that for the same kind of transactions are going to charge you money, right? So number one, one of the biggest reasons, one of the best advantages of having a credit union is going to be cost. It's going to save you a lot of money for you and your life and your business. Number two, again, it's going to be a lot more service oriented. It's going to be much more about you than it is about them making money off of you. And then number three, of course, is the fact that honestly, as a member of the credit union, you are a part shareholder. You have some sway. It's usually on an annual basis. The credit union will have a giant meeting where they'll come and you can vote on different ways the credit union is going to go, different policies, different procedures, and you have a voice in the organization. That's something that you're not going to ever have for a bank, right? Now, my final point is, okay, let's say you decide that, oh wow, this credit union sounds really good. I would like to, switch over from my traditional bank. I'm paying fees there. I have expenses I don't really like. How do you do that? What's that step? That's something that's scary for a lot of people because that's a new thing we don't do very often, right? Well, in my experience, and this is honestly coming from, again, my years of experience doing this, the easiest way to do that, especially if you have a lot of automatic payments set up, that's the biggest, I think, hiccup that I hear from people. Oh, well, I have my direct deposit that goes to my account. I have all my payments come out automatically. That's a huge roadblock to overcome. If that's not the case, switching can be pretty easy. With that being said, if that is the case, the easiest thing I can say is wait till your next direct deposit goes into your account, right? Well, first of all, go ahead and find a bank or a credit union that you feel comfortable with. Go find a credit union that is going to fit your needs, that's close, that has reliable services. Do your homework, figure it out. Once you have that set, you can even open an account. Little known secret, a lot of people don't know this. You can have multiple accounts at different banks, right? Or different credit unions or different institutions. There's nothing wrong with that. So go ahead and open your account there. Wait till your next direct deposit or next paycheck goes into your account with your bank, and then switch it, right? Then watch for every one of those automatic transfers to come out. Boom. And once it comes out, you just get in there, take your new information, and send it to that company or that organization, right? That way, when your next direct deposit comes in, you've already got all your payments switched over. You already have all your payments coming out of your new account where your new money is, right? In conclusion, credit unions are, I'll say this, the credit unions are better than banks for a number of reasons. They're going to take care of you. You're going to have less fees. You have a voice in the company. You have a way to control it because you will be a shareholder. You're a member of the credit union, not just a customer, okay? I invite you, and I challenge you, actually, go out and find a credit union that you like. Go ahead and do your research, right? Get online, Google best credit unions in the area, and then walk in there and ask some questions. There's nothing wrong with taking a Saturday that you're not working and going in and visiting different locations, visiting different companies, figuring out what makes them different, what makes them special, all right? Again, it's not a bad idea even to check with your bank and see what your account looks like, see what your situation is so you have something to compare it to. I won't say that all banks are bad. I will say, however, that in almost, I'd say 90% of the cases, there is something that you can change with a credit union that would make your finances better. So, thank you.